Right, guys, hi, and welcome to THFC Till We Die, home time, past, present, and in inserting future, of course, on the Thomas Frank. Now, normally I would start the show and the intro comes flying up, and you got the top columns, brilliant song in Tottenham Till I Die, and everything is grand. But we have an updated version of our intro. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the first time it's being aired. So, this is the world premiere of our new updated video of, as I gurgle down half my throat, um, the new intro of Tottenham Till I Die. Enjoy it, and we'll see you in 2 minutes and 40 seconds. Let us know what you think.
Through my veins, on the pitch where the glory remains, the cockerel stands brave on the crest. North London pride, this ain't no jest. From lane to the new shining ground, legends are found. Heroes carved in the heart of time. We march on through grit and grime. Oh, Tottenham, Tottenham, till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire. Oh, Tottenham, Tottenham, till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire. This is my club, my only desire. Whoa. Echoes of King and Greaves in the air. Every goal, the sound declares. Heartbeats pound like a drummer's song, marching forward fierce and strong. We're the ones who rise in the clash. Numbers running in a white shirt dash. History burns in the roaring crowd. Every game we scream it loud. And Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire. This is my club, my only desire.
Well, what did you think? What do you reckon, Rain? Did you like it?
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, absolutely. Love the Richie goal close to the end. Hopefully, we'll see a lot more of those. Mind you, we've got one of the weekends, so you never
Yeah,
know.
me and sorry, me and Colin actually spent about an hour and a half in that today, putting that together, and we wanted to make it the whole thing of the channel's DNA is past, present, and the future. It's all about I love history, so it's had to be about the history of the two. And there's a few Easter eggs in there. I don't know any Tottenham history. Did you work out the Easter eggs in the beginning of
I
that
don't
intro?
know. I'd have to go and watch it again.
Right.
I'd have to go and watch
One
it
of them is a lamp. Tottenham were founded under a lamp outside White Hart Lane.
Yeah,
Tottenham were the people that founded Tottenham were cricket enthusiasts
yeah.
before they started. So they got the cricket link. You've got the lamp. I know it looked a bit red. It didn't look like that when we put it together. It didn't look like that. And then we've got the old pit, and then we go into the 1901 FA Cup winning side, and we've sort of worked it on. And we were sitting there, who can we put in? And we thought, well, we had to put Hoddle in, and that goal for me is probably Hoddle's greatest goal, and that was against Nottingham Forest. I think in 81 or 80 or 81, where it was kicked out, header, volley straight in the net. You had to have Gaza in there. You had to have Hoddle's partner Waddle. for the song which they never should re-release ever again. Please, for the life of me. I listened to it yesterday for the first time, Rain, and I'm telling you, it was damn awful. It was bad. Then I forgot how awful it was. And then, of course, you have to come up to the Robbie Keanes, the Berbatovs, the Defoes, and then up there to Harry Kane, and then the lifting the trophy. So, look, guys, I hope you liked it. It's the updated version. So, yeah, let us what you think. Let us know in the comment section what you think.
I'm gonna go and watch it
Rain,
back.
you what, bud?
I'm gonna go and watch it back.
Yeah, the music doesn't change, but we thought we'd change something. I'm really pleased with it. And also thank you to Colin as well, who's built me my new studio as well. So I've now moved into a brand spanking new studio as well. So do that. Rain, how are you, bud?
I'm very good, thank you. Very good. Yeah, it's a bit fuzzy. There we go. Yeah, very good. It's been a weird couple of days. Yeah, can't really. Got nothing else to say really. I mean, Tottenham related. How am I? Well, I don't know. It's tough. It's tough out there. I'm quite active on X.
Yeah.
And as you know, I'm sort of crossed quite a lot of other channels as well. And there's a lot of people who are on the same boat that you are. It's bleak out there.
I want to explain why I'm Frank out, and I will get to the chat, and then I'll explain why I'm Frank out, because a lot of people think I've gone too early. I know Dave and Jack think I'm a hipster, I'm ahead of the curve. Like, you know what? Wexford has to beat Kildare at something, and why not this? So, County Wexford has to beat Dave. I'm coming for your crown. I am coming for your crown. But Thursday at 4, guys, we do have Irish Lads Talk Spurs, me and Dave's latest podcast, where we're actually at the end of it, guys. We're actually putting a little boxing segment at the end of the podcast now on Irish Lads Talk Spurs. It's something we both enjoy. Big up to Luke Chapman. It says the fields are green, the skies are blue. Never rain goes winding through the market square. It's a cobblestone. It takes the old dears to the bones. No fewer town you'll ever see. No fewer town you'll. My Northampton town, my club, my done. Kevin Nolan, sack him now. Maybe we could save that the last bit to my Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. I'm done. For Thomas Frank, sack him now. It doesn't really go, does it? Big up to you, Giant 68. It says, is the music the same? Hell yeah, that music ain't changing. That theme song is not changing. But a different video, looks pretty good, by the way. It is the best intro in town. Thank you, Colin, so much. Big up to David Clark. It says, hi from Leicester. Hope everyone in the chat as well. Big up to you, Mr. Clark. Hope you're doing well. And yeah, did you work out the Easter eggs in that? There is Easter eggs in that intro. I didn't know it until I watched it just now. There is Easter eggs into Tottenham's history there. Big up to the legend, the myth, the man, the Manchester United, who's hurting very badly last night. To be fair to him, Rayman. To be fair to him. Man United were poor last night. I have got a question slightly on the Everton sending off, and I agree with David Moyes, but we'll get into that. It says we'll work on some new music. The music's fine, bud. It's I love the intro. Leave it as it is. It's perfect. It is perfect. Big up to Bing Guy. You reap what you sow. Yeah, fair enough. Big up to Ryan. Big up Dermo and Rain. Look, I will strap yourself down for this, Ryan. I will strap yourself down for this. It's going to be a bumpy ride for you. So strap yourself in. Get yourself some iron brew. Get yourself a marathon bar or a Snicker bar and sit on the couch and eat it and think like the man who liberated Scotland all them years ago. Be like him. Be Braveheart. Big up to you, Ryan. Hope you're well. Bing Guy says Spurs deserve to get justice, sir. I don't know what this fucker's on about. Yeah, anyway. We move on. Big up column as long as it's
yeah. I think how do I say their name? Binny guy, I think they've got a point. I think when you play as insipid as we played, when you play as limp as our, I know this is about tomorrow. I know this is about the PSG game.
Yeah.
But when you play as limp as our players played and as timid as our players played, then you get what you deserve.
Yeah,
That's
no, you do. You do. I agree. I agree, Rain. I look, you know me, me have been fans long enough to know we've seen worse than this, but even them teams in the 90s gave 100%. You never thought a team under, I mean, even under Ozzy Ardiles, this 90s team, they were crap, but they gave 100%, didn't they? Every
yeah.
game.
The weird thing, even going, let's go back to, Aaron Lennon wasn't an amazing player, right?
Yeah.
But you knew that every game he was going to do his job.
Yeah.
Chris Armstrong, Stephen Iverson, going back, all these players, they were never, you would never have said, well, certainly weren't the best in the league, but they tried to do their jobs. They knew what they knew what their jobs were, and I don't think that's a manager problem, by the way. I think that's a
No.
player problem. They
Yeah,
knew
yeah,
what
I
their
agree.
jobs were. They bloody well got on with it, and um, yeah, it is really worrying
Mhm.
just how inept the players were at the weekend.
Yeah. Look, I think you're right in that. And look, I would take a Chris Armstrong or a Stephen Everson now up front or a Robbie Keane. Can
Ah,
you imagine if we had do you remember the time Robbie Keane decked Edgar Davids in the training ground because
uh-huh.
he got a bit cocky and Robbie Keane floored him because he says nobody acts like that here. I mean, that's the sort of mentality. You're right. It is a mentality. Is it? I think it's the today. I think it's a football of today problem, right? It's not a football of the past, right? And I think if you look at some of the players, Colin probably would agree with me. Some of the players that have played for Manchester United didn't give a shit about the shirt. Certain players don't give about the Tottenham shirt. I think I think the Keeler's right. When he said it's a mentality, but it's a mentality of what's around and what culture is today in society. Where if we were to go back to the Graham Roberts or the Paul Millers or the Dave Mackays of David Clark's time or Philip Brady's time, or you look, Graham Roberts wouldn't have even if the team was crap, you would guarantee Graham Roberts would go out there and give 110%. Paul Miller would, or Steve Archibald would, or Gary Mabbott. Gary Mabbott was a type 2 diabetic who had to inject himself before every game. But you can never question his loyalty to the badge. And that's what got me yesterday. That's what got me on Sunday Rain. This is a North London derby. And they played like they didn't care. And I know we'll get on to PSG, and I am going to talk about my reasons for being at Frank out so early. But I've seen enough this season, Rain, to make me believe that maybe this is a job too far for him. He's taken his Brentford mentality into Tottenham and tried to make Tottenham Brentford. We're not Brentford. And what is the Tottenham way? The Tottenham way is attacking, free flowing football. Do you know?
Yeah,
You,
absolutely. I
me,
mean, Aussie sort of Aussie was the what's the word? Um, he sort of characterised
yeah,
Tottenham.
mm,
That's why he settled so well when he came across the pond with Rookie Villa in the late 70s and
yeah.
playing for us in the 80s. And then even during his short stint with us, with the famous, what was it, the famous attacking five, and
I
that,
was, yeah,
and that was classic Spurs, and that's why Poch
yeah,
is just so, everybody loves Poch so much, is because we really we pretty much attacked with like 4 or 5 players all
mm,
the time. So I totally 100%, totally 100% get it. It is in our DNA. I just like you take great pride in the game was the game was about glory
Mm.
quote. That's really that embodies what Spurs is, and the weekend was not that.
No. To dare is to do, isn't it? That's
Yeah,
the motto. To dare is to do.
yeah.
Big up to David Clark. He got it. He picked up one of the Easter eggs. He says the name Hotspur came from the 14th century knight cousin Henry Percy. Yeah, the Percy family owned the cricket club. He got it. Big up to you. And Tottenham were formed under a lampshade, not a lampshade, under street lamp, about 200 yards away from White Hart Lane stands now, or the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium stands now, which is quite remarkable. Big up to you, Rhino. He says, Dermo, you're way too early. Not really. It's a shame because you give Ange more time than Frank. But hey, that's your opinion. I respect that. I remember you, Wayno, coming out a lot earlier against Ange, not my manager, and you saying I mean, you didn't even support us, celebrate us winning our biggest trophy we've won in 41 years. I respect your opinion. You're an Ange out. But I have a way of my team playing, and why I'm Ange out is Thomas Frank. I don't think he has the grasp to manage Tottenham Hotspur. I don't think he has the ability to manage Tottenham Hotspur. You keep saying it's all Enix's fault. Well, it's not. Um, Daniel Levy picked Thomas Frank. It's his pick. I had that confirmed by my sources. It was his pick, and I just don't think. I think this is too big of a job for him. I don't like his football. We're playing at home and we're playing defensive football. We're playing just to gain a point. I'm sorry, that's not the Tottenham way. That's not how we play at Tottenham. Tottenham play on the front foot attack. And I'm sorry, I, I get your franking. I get your dislike from Ange, but Ange did one thing no other manager couldn't. Conte couldn't do it. Jose Mourinho couldn't do it. Pochettino couldn't do it. Ange won us a trophy where all other managers failed. So I think you do. I think you need to show some respect for him for winning the trophy. Yes, he lost 22 league games, but finished 17th. Yes, but Thomas Frank is not the man to take us forward. I'm sorry, and I'm going early with it, and I'm standing by it, Rain. I would stick by my guns on this. He has to. I want Thomas Frank. He has to earn my support.
Absolutely, and you know the only thing that can happen is Thomas Frank. I know you. I
Yeah,
know that there is nobody who would be more happy to be proved wrong in this
yeah,
instance, and for Frank
yeah.
to actually, for Frank to turn a corner
Mm,
and do what you're saying he should do, and then start delivering results. And I know that you would then turn around and go, "Oh well, do you know what? He's met the conditions that I've said he needs. You know, I need a manager of Tottenham Hotspur to meet." And I know that you're the type of person who wouldn't you know um, wouldn't fall on your word.
mm.
And if you were proven wrong is the wrong. I don't want to say proven wrong because I don't think you can be proven wrong.
No,
But if Frank starts to do what's right, then you would be the type of person to go, oh, okay, fair play to
mm.
you. Okay, you've changed. You know I can now switch, but you know I'm still concerned. You know we'll see. I will
We
just say
will
on
see.
I will just say on players, right?
Mm.
So I won't mention his name. I really want to mention his name. My season ticket neighbour. He's been going. He's been going to watch Spurs since I think the 70s. I think the 70s. Season ticket holder since the 70s. He was there at the weekend in the Emirates.
Yeah,
And I remember last year turning around to him and saying, you know, I just don't get it. I just don't get why none of these players are turning around to each other and doing what we would have done when
yeah,
we were playing in the park. You know,
yeah. Exactly.
screaming at each other. back me up, pass properly. And he turned around to me and he went, mate, that these guys never played on a park. These guys
No.
are all academy trained. And I think that is what Tequila was saying. I think that they're all in this. They're all very robotic.
Yeah, they are. They are robotic. I agree with you. 100% agree with you on that. And could you imagine Graham Roberts standing for that back in the day? Or Gary Mabbott or
Or
Paul Allen or
Souness,
Paul Stewart?
yeah,
You know,
or Souness who
d-
came up through our
yeah.
academy. You know,
Oh,
they
yep.
would have turned around and they would have absolutely, 'cause
Yeah.
even like Hazard or Mabbott.
Mm,
Mabbott
yeah.
was never afraid to give somebody an earful. Nice guy
Mm,
that he was on the pitch. He was he wanted to win.
yeah.
He would quite often have a go at players when they weren't meeting standards. That's the way that it used to be.
Mm,
I think they've been. I think they're overcoached at too young an age.
yeah. They are. I agree. Um, All right, here's a question from David. Big up to you, David. If you do want to send it in the super chat. It does get ahead of the chat there, and do pick up your memberships to 99 pence. We are the cheapest memberships around. Look, we have our first member shows next Wednesday, so come and join me. Rhino, you're getting your wish next Wednesday. Come on, bud. David says, how many of this current Spurs squad that actually fit in that moment? Do you know what? I was thinking that while you were talking, I was looking at that. I don't think any would. Um, Van de Ven, maybe.
Yeah, he's the first name that comes to mind, and then
Yeah,
you struggle. You're
you
struggling.
you do. You do.
Um,
Do you know what my problem is? I think managers are too soft with players now. Managers of old would go in there, or I think Thomas Frank's too soft with them. They need a bit of. Can you imagine Bill Nick with this lot? Bill Nick or Keith Birkinshaw? Do you know? Keith Birkinshaw would kick them in the ass. But big up
or
David.
well, Fergie would have thrown boots at them, wouldn't he?
I mean, would Fergie even get something out of this squad in his prime? I don't think even he would have done.
I don't think you know where I stand.
Yeah,
I don't think Fergie would have let the squad get to this level of quality.
deteriorate.
I
Yeah,
think he would have made damn sure that the squad had a
yeah,
decent level of quality. I mean, even in his last couple of years, what did he do? He went out and got Van Persie
yeah,
and he left. To be honest, he left Moyes with a bit of a rubbish squad, but it wasn't rubbish when Fergie was managing it because
yeah,
he made sure that he had a squad that was capable, and I do think that's something that managers need to be a little bit stronger on these days.
yeah. I agree. Uh, yeah. Like here, Carl says, I think Fergie could be getting more. I think Frank could be getting more out of these players. Just not sure what's going. I think I said it in the watch along. Big up to you, Carl, boy. And Giant 68 says Bill Nick will pick the under 21 squad over this lot. Don't make. Do you know what he probably would
Probably,
have done?
yeah,
Would have done.
yeah.
Big Guy says VDV is crap. I cannot. Are you Tottenham fan or an Arsenal fan? Let us know. I don't mind if you're an Arsenal fan, as long as you're respectful. We have Everton fans come here. We have Newcastle fans come here. We have Manchester United, Man City. I don't care who you support, as long as you're respectful and put your football and cross what we're talking about. So yeah, just let us know your support pod. He says VDV is crap. Cannot defend properly. Stop rating these players average play. Van defends probably one of our best players, to be fair. Ryan's asking, Dermo, I will, bro. We need to debate this week. Oh, okay. He's thrown down the challenge. We need to debate this week, so me and you can have it out with Frank. Right. Let me talk to Tequila. See, can we do it for Friday? We're gonna have to have Rain and Tequila in as moderators for this.
Yeah, because
Um,
I'm very neutral.
yeah,
I'm not Frank in, Frank out. I was never Ange in or Ange out.
no. So
To be honest,
yeah,
I'm
we,
quite
we
quite
so we
manager.
need Yeah, so we need you and Tequila in as moderators, and you and ask us questions.
I
You
think
won't need.
if I'm honest, I think Ryan could do with waiting a couple of weeks to see if
Yeah,
something.
see if he's still here. Carl says it. He said you don't need to debate them as we get smashed for his set.
And does that segue
And
us?
then
Does that
yeah,
segue us quite nicely?
yeah, it does. And then Carl then does answer bingo. He says BDP is crap. Okay, fair enough. Right. Big up to everyone in the chat. Do hit the like button and subscription. Right, let's go over his little bit of his press conference tonight. Rain, team news. Everyone who was available for Arsenal is available tomorrow. Obviously, apart from Brendan Johnson, who is suspended. He was asked under the Arsenal defeat. I watched it back. It was a tough watch. It was not good performance. It's been 2 good days since with the talks and meetings, mainly about us, how we improve and how we go forward in football. They are setbacks, but is it about how you react? These meetings, I'm sick of these players coming out, Rain, and apologizing and say, I'm sorry for this performance. I'm sick of it. I don't want to hear it no more. Look, very quickly on the meetings, what do you think what the meeting was about? Do you think it was the players airing their problems with Frank and Frank then airing his problem with the players? Had a good. Do you think hopefully they've had a clear to air talk between the lot of them?
No, the way that I did watch it. Now, the way that he made it sound is they have
Mm,
regular meetings. They have
yeah,
regular pre-match meetings on how they're going to play and how the other team's going to
mm,
play. Is the way that he's phrased it. But you would hope that in that meeting, there would be some frank, pardon the pun, there would be
yeah,
some frank words being said that it's unacceptable
mm,
to not win your duels, because he did point that out.
yeah,
That no matter how they're lined up, they need to win their duels, and if they don't win their
yeah,
duels, then you're going to get overdone. That's the bonkers thing.
mm,
We lined up with 8 defenders, if you include the goalkeeper, and we conceded 4 goals.
I know. It's unreal. It's unreal. It really is. He was asked then about taking risks. What risks?
Yeah,
Please tell me what risks have we been taking? But anyway, he says, I think we do. I don't think you're watching the same games we're watching, Mr. Frank. Thomas, I think you need to go to Specsavers, mate. I really do. We could take more risks. Oh shit, Sherlock. We could take a lot more risks. We should do all we can to create more chances. That is what we're working on. Yeah, right. See, there's questions like that just make me
yeah,
think: is he really watching what we're watching? Seriously, he was
yeah.
then. And
I
then
think
it.
that, sorry, I think that's where he's letting
That's
himself
okay.
down. Yeah,
Yeah, I agree. And then he was asked about being head coach. He says part of taking this job was taking on the challenges. Part of the job is managing setbacks. No hell, no shit, Sherlock. We've got a major setback. Learning and moving on. I know how to build a team and a club. We will do that. What will be important is learning from bad spells. The best teams continue to work and still run hard. In the first 4 months, I've learned a lot about the team. All that I've learned, all that learning has gone forward to finding the right format. Have we heard this before? This last bit, I've learned a lot about the team, and I've learned. Didn't we hear this from Manch last season? And
yeah,
we heard it from Conte.
yeah.
It's like a repeated record, isn't it, Rain? Again and again and again.
It's very much management speak. I've been in these.
Yeah,
I've done sort of management training.
yeah,
I've done there's a positive mindset
yeah,
training. There's no setbacks. There's only
mm,
lessons learned to take into the next process. All of that kind of stuff.
yeah,
And I am with you that we've heard it so bloody often.
yeah. I know.
That you want people to come out and be angry,
Yeah,
not sorry,
yeah.
angry.
It's.
Um,
Do you remember Fergie coming out after United lost and how he'd be with the reporters? He'd be bitchy or and that. Carl says, I have learnt that Richie and Johnson are still shit. Well, I think we've known that for a few years, to be fair. But they just reaffirmed how crap they were. This for me is the best. Big up to you, David. I love listening to Brian Clough stories, by the way. I can listen to them all night. It said, Brian Clough asked Stuart Pearce after his England debut, how did you do? He said, okay, boss. I thought Clough said, I thought you were shy. You were a Sparks. He went, yeah. Brian got his eye on that. Right, fix this for me or you're out. It's just Brian
That's right,
Clough,
yeah,
isn't
because
it?
Pierce was a Sparky, that's right,
He
yeah.
was, yeah. I, can you imagine Brian Clough manager at Tottenham back in the day, back in the 70s and early 80s? Do you I don't know. I
You know
think he would have been
Yeah, but
so,
I love this. I love this, Dermot. And do you
yeah,
know what? You're absolutely 100% right. And David's 100% right. Our players could do with stuff like this. It Spence has fallen off a cliff since he
mm,
got his, since he got his England call up and he
yeah,
got a big fanfare from the club, and he got his own little video and stuff and all this kind of stuff. And all Cloughy was doing
mm,
to Pierce was going, look, you're not the big man.
mm,
You need to keep doing what you're doing. That's what he was doing.
yeah,
He was bringing him back down to earth. And maybe somebody needs to do that with some of our prima donnas, is bring them back
yeah.
down to earth and let them know that they need to, they need to do what they need to do.
I think that's been my problem with Brendan Johnson as well, because I think ever since he won that Europa League medal, he's been walking around like he's the next best thing. He's not. And even with that James Madison video, you see the players coming over. You're right, James. Like Romero come over, stood with Romero, and apparently Bentancur stayed with them all the time, which shows a lot about Romero's being a captain and being that person. And you got Brennan Johnson pulling faces at him through a window. I mean, you and me know how much the Gray legacy at Leeds is. That goes back to his father and grandfather. If I was Eddie's great dad, I would tell them get the hell away from him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. Big up David Clark, really bringing the big ones tonight. You see, it's nothing to do with the coach. When nobody wins a header anywhere on the pitch, none of our players got to the second half ball first. No anticipation to exactly, absolutely, David. And look, we've got PSG tomorrow night, Rain. And look, I can be as delusional as I want and think, yeah, we're going to go there and we're going to win and, we're going to get a result. My heart's telling me that. My head's telling me, hang on a minute here. This is PSG we're talking about. And everyone's saying, yeah, but didn't we outplay them in the Super Cup? Well, Dave said it last night in the fan show as well. They hardly had any preseason in them. And we just caught them at the wrong time. Now, if you do look at their form, all in competitions, PSG have only lost 1 out of the last 5. Tottenham have lost 3 out of the last 5 in all competitions. How worried are you for tomorrow night, Rain? Because I am sort of pretty worried we're going to get battered tomorrow night.
So they've got 2 injuries. Well, they've
Yeah,
had 3 injuries. They've had
yeah,
Hakimi, who I've always had a soft spot for a fullback. I've always
yeah.
had a soft spot for a fullback. I hate to say it. But in the 80s, one of my favourite players was Kenny Sansom. I absolutely loved him.
He was
Um,
good, actually, to be
I,
fair.
I know he came from the other side,
Yeah.
but he was like cracking, and I've always had a soft spot for a fullback. And Hakimi for me is
Mm,
he should be in Ballon d'Or sort of.
yeah.
He should be mentioned with the Ballon d'Or. I know it usually goes to a striker, but he's been injured. Doué, who we were linked with 2 years ago? Was it 2 or 3
Yeah,
years
it
ago?
was 2 years ago, I think.
He's been injured, and Dembele has been injured. But I've heard rumblings that Dembele is back and ready. Um,
I read in the press conference he's in the squad. I
ah,
don't know if he's going to start, but I think he's in the squad.
but I think they've got too much for us.
Yeah.
We have been losing matches in the midfield. Chelsea just monstered us in midfield. As good as Paulinho is at screening, you know, he Enzo and Caicedo just are different beasts. They're just monsters of midfielders. Yeah, I agree, Carl.
How Spursy would that be if us should go and do that tomorrow night?
Well, and you know what? The reality is, Dermot, that despite the weekend,
Yeah.
we're and we do have the players are capable of turning up. They are capable of turning up. They are capable of putting in a performance. I do think the problem that we're definitely going to be inconsistent. Whatever, you know, even if we pick up a bit of form, we're going to be inconsistent, and that's just the nature of having younger players. You know, a lot of younger players, but there's it's football, isn't it, Dermot? Anything. It is possible that we turn up tomorrow and Xavi has a worldie. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Kudus puts in puts in 2 assists, and you know, and whoever plays up top, you know, takes on their centre backs.
Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah. No, I agree, man. Look, it's I don't want to spoil my predicted lineup, which is out tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock, lads. So do join me for that. Do watch that. I recorded that this evening, so the team news and the predicted lineup is out. But I have changed. I've made 4 changes to the team on Sunday, and I, I just felt we've gone back. I will say the formation. I've gone back to a 4-2, a 4-1. I've gone with a 6, an 8, and a 10 in midfield. I haven't gone with a double pivot. I've gone with that, and I've gone with I've made changes up front. So join me at 9 tomorrow, guys, for that. Look, for this is PSG's form guide in the Champions League so far. They've had 3 wins, 1 defeat, got 9 points and 5th in the table. The last game was a 7-2 win over Bayern Leverkusen in Germany. Tottenham Hotspur, on the other hand, sitting 10th, still unbeaten, by the way, on 8 points. If you look at these games, Rain, you look at the Villarreal game, a game we were very lucky to win. You were there probably at that game. We had the Bodo Glimp, and then we had the win against Copenhagen. Look, I said it about Copenhagen. Really and truly, the first 4 games, Rain, we should have really won all 4, to be fair. And we should be sitting there 4 wins, played 4, won 4, and sitting well within the top 8. You were at the Copenhagen game. I said Copenhagen, no disrespect to them, weren't really any challenge to us that night. You were at the game. Was it different being at the game for me, like watching it on TV? Was I right to say that? Was I giving Copenhagen a less credit than what they deserved?
I wasn't at the Copenhagen game.
Okay, you weren't at the Copenhagen game.
I don't do midweek. I don't do midweek games because it's just too hard for me to get to the stadium. I've done a few over the years, and it's, you know, like even the 8 o'clocks on a Saturday.
Yeah.
I'm not home till 1 a.m. So and because I'm a single dad. It's you know, that's even though he's a teen, it's still a bit, it's still not right, really. So I don't do it. It's the midweek games are very very difficult at the Tottenham Stadium. It can be very cold. The atmosphere at the stadium is very. I mean, it hasn't been brilliant normally, but but it can be very sort of it can be very stale
Yeah,
because you don't have any groups of people who are who are singing. A lot of the people who are going don't necessarily know all of the songs. They don't know how to join
yeah,
in. And I think that's a general problem with the stadium, but that's for another day. But it's kind of exacerbated for those types of games. Plus, we've we've seen so many horror shows, haven't we, over the
yeah,
years? So I think PSG. I've just gone and had a look, and because of tonight's results, because Chelsea beat Barcelona, um, they're now sitting in seventh.
yeah,
PSG. So they really need to beat us,
yeah.
which makes it even worse.
It does. Can I just say I did all these PDFs before tonight's game, so I
Yeah,
know some of them might be a bit out of date. So I did do them all before. So yeah, thank you so much to you. And actually, so big up to you as Ray man. Big up to you, David, as well. Spurs are now sitting in 12th place as from tonight. I know David said all the British sides. Where did he say who lost tonight? He did say. Oh, where is it now? I have to go back. Apparently, all the maybe Dave, you can put it. Oh, there it is. Is that it? Oh, yeah. Man City, Newcastle, and Barcelona have all lost tonight in the Champions League.
wow.
So that is a wow. On the injury front, it's good news. We've got players back, but Madison is still out to next summer with his ACL. Kulu can be back in December. He was out with the ACL. Draxon can be back in December as well with his knee. Davis is still out with his hamstring, and Solanke can be back December or January. And then the referee tomorrow night, of course, is Felix Zayawaya. Say that when you're not drunk. From Germany, they're all from Germany. Just put it that way. We've got a Soren there. We've got a Daniel. We've got a Christian, and we've got a Robert. Don't ask me to say the surnames, but they're their first names. So yeah, they're your officials for tomorrow night. All German. Big up to you guys. Remember, we help buy Munich out, so you need to help us out. Um, if you do want to watch the
I don't know, maybe they're Leverkusen or Dortmund fans.
maybe they are. Maybe it is. Oh shit, yeah. Um, Tottenham, send a player to one of their clubs, please. If you are in the UK and Ireland, of course, it's on TNT Sport. If you're in the United States, it's on Paramount Plus. If it's in Australia, you're on Stan Sport. If you're in India, because I know we do have viewers from India, it's on Sony Live. And if you're in Qatar, if there is any um bored Qatari princes that are just got like to got nothing to do with their money. Yes, we do put you up in the Spurs on TV. We're very welcome for you to come in and be our come and buy us out and be our sponsor.
We've
We
got,
don't mind being THFC to die sponsored by Qatari Airways. We don't mind. We're not backwards and coming forward. We'll take your money. Zombie sports.
might even get a mention in the opening credits.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
we'll put it in
yeah.
there. We'll put a big plane in there for you. We will do. We promise we will. Um, Carlos, Solanke news is he's had a setback and he'll be out for another 2 weeks because he blew his nose. David,
The problem is, I'm not sure if he's joking or if
yeah,
that's actual news. I'm not
no,
sure.
I think he's joking. And Carl says you weren't saying that about the takeover. No, I wasn't actually, but yeah, I've changed my mind.
It's different when it's
Um,
different when it's money. It's different when it's our money.
yeah, yeah. So if you are watching, yeah, we're quite happy to call the channel THFC Till We Die, sponsored by Qatari Airways. So yeah, if you are watching, please. But Rain, look, we are going to end up the show. What's your score prediction tomorrow, bud?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of variables, isn't there? I really hope we go out. I really hope we go out and attack them. I really hope that Frank. I don't know what your predicted line, but I really predicted lineup is. But I'm really keen to see it. I'm really interested to see it. Actually, I'm champing at the bit to see your predicted lineup. But I hope that he You know, I think Frank has just got to start playing like Porro at right back and Xavi at 10,
Yeah,
and just playing them, just playing them. And if they're not playing, play somebody else in the 10, you know, like
yeah.
Saar, you know. And if Spence is a right back, then he has to be told, you have to get forward, you
Yeah.
have to be an attacking fullback, you know, rather than just, you know, do the penitentiary or whatever it is.
Um,
So
like
so
David Clark's goal score prediction.
now that's a
Heck, me.
Spurs scoreline.
Yeah, that
Um,
is.
I I I mean I can't see anything other than a PSG win.
I know. It's
You
bad.
know,
Your heart's telling you your heart's telling you something else, isn't it? Your heart's dragging you to that place where you know you shouldn't go, but you are going to go, and your head's going, "Hang on a minute, you're not going there. You're staying. Be
you know
sensible."
what? I can see us. Yeah, exactly. I desperately
Yeah,
don't. Yeah, I do a prediction league. I'm on a
yeah,
charity prediction league with one of my mates.
yeah.
And the amount of times I look at Spurs and
Mm,
I always give a favourable result. Do you know what I mean? Um, I I can see us losing, but I'd love like a 4-2. I'd love for us to
yeah,
score a few goals. You know, really go for it and put a bit of a smile back in the fan base's
yeah. I would
faces.
say. Um, Big up to JSY football member for 3 months. Big up to you, Jess, Stacey, and all the girls over there at JSY. Please, I hope you're doing well, and thank you for your support. Really do appreciate it. Really means a hell of a lot. So big up to you, Jess, and Carl says big up, Jess, as well. Big up to you. Right, we've got David Clark saying 8-5 to PSG. Big up to John Fitzpatrick, my Irish brother. Hope you're doing well. 4-0. We don't have a chance, in my opinion. Yep.
Oh,
My head's
to PSG, 4-0 to
yeah,
PSG. All
yeah.
right, okay.
Carl's gone for 7-1 Spurs, and they're all own goals.
Love OG.
I mean, Carl, never change. Just never change, bud. And big up to you. Big up to you. Big up, Jess. And then David Clark says, we have beaten the French at everything, you know. We have beaten the French at everything in their history apart from bloody football. Well, look, for being from Ireland, I don't know what you're beating the French at. I know we beat the English a few times, and especially at football. But that's for another show and another time.
Have you got a are you giving a prediction, damn it?
Yeah, I am. Yeah. My heart says 2-2 draw. That's my heart. My head says a 2-0 PSG win.
Oh no, I want to see us score some goals, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But look, we are on tomorrow from 7:45 with the watch along. Rain Man's going to join me for match reactions after the game, so you're going to see a lot of him. Tomorrow, I'm on We Are Tottenham TV from 6:30. So join me over there in the pump up with Kate, Jim, and the guys over there in We Are Tottenham TV. And yes, we are doing it. Oh, tomorrow is going to be a nightmare. But we're Tottenham Hotspur fans. We never give up. There's an old saying we have here in Ireland: you never beat the Irish. I'm going to end it on this: you never beat the Spurs. Come on, you. That's the way I'm going to end it. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to play out the new intro because it is new. A lot of people haven't seen it, so I'm going to play it out in its entirety. Spot the Easter eggs and let me know in the comments if you can spot them, because there are some in there at the beginning. That's my clue. See you tomorrow at 4. See you tomorrow on We Are Tottenham TV. Join me at 6:30. Come on, you Spurs.
White and blue running through my veins. On the pitch where the glory remains. The cockerel stands brave on the crest. North London pride, this ain't no jest.